So, we are Generation Young. And I am Generation Young. But today, I am Generation Luminesce. Why? Look at my face. Every day, day and night, I use Luminesce. Are you using Luminesce every day?
Yes.
Yes? Well, you know, for many times I was wondering why do I have a skin? You know, I read in the Bible, but it's a joke, that nature was built in 7 days. And nature created the skin, and every day, nature gives a mission to a skin. So, in 7 days, the skin has 7 targets. And I will tell you a little about those targets. You know, skin is very important. The first thing is to protect you. You know, skin is our barrier. It's our barrier against environment. It will protect you. Do you know what is the size of the skin? Do you know that? No? Look, the skin is 2 square meters, the biggest organ of the body. So you have to take care of this very important organ. So the first thing that the skin has is to absorb. You know, 75% of what you have in the environment is absorbed through the skin. Of course, the skin has very good selection, absorption. I mean, only the oily part will go, but all our cream and many other things can go inside, including some bad things. So that was the first one. The second one is regulation. And you know how we regulate the heat? By goosebumps. You know, these goosebumps will come, and this is the second one. The third one, our skin is secreting sebum. Sebum is a kind of liquid which protects your skin, which gives you the soft of the skin. But when you have too much, it will give you pimple or acne. So it will regulate also the movement of water. You know that we can sweat 2 to 5 liters per day through the skin. Then the skin eliminates all the toxin, the heavy metal, the drug that you can have in your body will be eliminated, extracted from the skin. You see, there is many things. And finally, the skin helps you to feel, to touch, to press, and to have pain too. But the most important for you and for me is this one, attraction. Now, if you want to be attractive, you have to be concerned about your skin. It is very important to be concerned about your skin. So let's see how our skin is aging. And the first thing is, how do we get wrinkles? I want to tell you something. You know, elephants, they have thousands of wrinkles. But they don't mind having 1,000 wrinkles. You agree? Now, a woman, if she has 1 wrinkle, she can go to panic. So, yes, wrinkle is important in our modern life. And if you see the skin through a microscope, what can you see? Well, there is 3 layers in the skin, which are very important. The epidermis, the dermis, and under, called hypodermis, when you have the fat and the flow of blood. So what happened, we have different cells at different layers. For instance, at the epidermis, we have cells called keratinocytes. And this one, more they get older, more they go up to the surface here. And that's where they go to die. Under, you have the dermis. That's where the business is. Because there you have collagen, you have elastin. These 2 things will create or not create wrinkles, depending if they are in good health or not. So do you know that every day, 30,000 cells die and they are immediately replaced? So the skin is a dynamic organ which is always moving and changing. Now, unfortunately, the skin is damaged every day by many things: genetic, environment, lifestyle, UV, sunburn, collagen damage, free radical, and so on. Every day. And it's damaged in his deep layer, which is the dermis. So, how the wrinkle form? Well, the wrinkle form even in the epidermis or in the dermis, means in the superficial layer or in the deep one. And depending where they form, they can be different. The first thing what happened is that as we age, our epidermis lost the ability to keep the water. And when you don't keep enough water in your skin, you have wrinkles. You have fine wrinkles. Then, if the fat starts to disappear from the deep layer, from the hypodermis, if this fat disappears, then you have what we call sagging, which is strong wrinkles. And after that, if collagen and elastin are damaged, then you have what we call deep wrinkles. You see, then wrinkles can appear at any stage or any part of the skin. So, considering that, we know for men and women, and I repeat, for men and women, proper care, proper skin care is essential. You see, this is all the things that we have to take care of. We have to take care of elasticity, of moisture, of the size of the pore, of the sebum, of the temperature of the skin, of the melanin, of the pigmentation, of the skin tone, and at the end of the wrinkles. So there is many, many things to take care in the skin at the same time every day. What we have to design, we design really 3 very simple steps in order to maintain your skin in proper health. Clean, treat, and protect during the day, and nourish during the evening. And then 1 to 2 times a week, you are going to exfoliate. And that's it. Very simple steps that we will show you in our Luminesce line. So we designed a special line where Dr. Newman, I'm sure you have heard about Dr. Newman, he built the line based on stem cells. Now, you are going to see that in the line there is no stem cells, but I will explain why. And we titled that From Stem Cells to growth factor or soluble factor, same word. Who is Dr. Newman? Dr. Newman is a cosmetic surgeon, a dermatologist who lives in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, the Mecca of stars. That's where he became very famous. He became very famous because he's a pioneer in stem cells technology. What he did? He used stem cells from the fat. You know, stem cells are very special cells. They have three properties. The first one is that when you put them together, they multiply like rabbits. They multiply and multiply, become millions. The second advantage of stem cells, if you ask a stem cell to become a brain cell, they will become a brain cell. You ask them to become a cardiac cells, a nerve cells, a skin cell, they will become. And this is a tremendous magic advantage because we have some pool of cells which can become whatever we want. And this is a second benefit. The third one is that when you have stem cells, they have the ability to regenerate, to repair other cells. And this is the magic that we are going to use in our product. So what he do? Dr. Newman, if you go to his clinic in Los Angeles, he will take little part of your fat. The people are never happy because he doesn't take all the fat. Just a little is necessary. He will separate the fat from the stem cells, which are in the fat, and he will just re-inject your own stem cells in your face or in other part of your body. And the results are fantastic, means absolutely unbelievable. He gets results that have been shown in CNN, in NBC, in all the TV media in America. Now, this is a medical procedure, and we cannot use these medical procedures in our company. So that's why he designed a special line for us, which has nothing to do with that. Well, when I say nothing, we use his knowledge in stem cells to build Luminesce. You see, Luminesce is very special because it's based on growth factors, and I will explain you that. All the product has been designed by Dr. Newman in California. So if we talk about the first one, which is the most important, is what we call the serum, the cellular rejuvenation serum. Let's talk about this one. The first bad news, when Randy comes to his office, Dr. Newman's office, and asked him, are you going to give me stem cells in a bottle? Newman looked at him and said, I'm sorry, I cannot give you stem cells in a bottle. Why? Why? Because stem cells cannot survive outside our environment. They are fresh cells, living cells. It's impossible for cells to, if you put it on the skin, to stay alive more than 1 second. So then Randy was disappointed. Then Newman smiled and said, yes, there is no stem cells in this product, but everything in the serum is produced by the stem cells. Now, that's become interesting, and I will explain you how we go from stem cells to growth factor, or call it soluble factors. You see, What he does is that he's putting the stem cells that he has in a media gel. A media gel is a nutritional gel. And this nutritional gel will keep those cells reproducing and reproducing. And he let them 1 week reproducing. So after 1 week, what he just separate the stem cells from the media. I don't know if I show you that. Yes, here. You see, he takes the gel, take out the stem cells. We don't need anymore the stem cells, and he keeps the media. Why? Because the media is full of these, what I call, soluble factors. So what are they? What are they doing? And this is very important to understand. What all these molecules, and please remember, that are molecules, not fresh cells. Molecules can survive wherever you put them. They don't have a life like cells. So what are growth factors or soluble factors? They are what we call signaling molecules, which means that their role is to send a signal. But it's very important when I talk to you, I'm sending you a signal by my voice. And my voice goes to your brain, and then you understand what I'm saying, and you act accordingly. This is a signal. Dolphins talk between them with a signal. These wavelengths that they do together. Internet, computers talk between them. They send a signal. And even plants are talking between them. They send a signal. It's called phytochemicals. Now, cells are talking also a lot. And it's very important that they talk to transfer the idea or the orders. So soluble factors are signaling molecules. What they do, they penetrate in the skin cells. There are very few molecules which are authorized to enter in the skin cells. But they get the code. And when they get the code, the door opens. And then the signal go inside the cells. And when it's inside the cells, it gives the order to all the system existing. Please repair, please maintain, please refresh everything. And then the cells start to work. Now, when I asked Dr. Newman, how a product that you can put on the epidermis here can go to the dermis, which is where the business is, where the collagen and elastin are. He said, they laughed to me, he said, but the product doesn't go to the dermis. How come? How come the product can be efficient if it doesn't go to the dermis? And then he explained me, and I will share that with you. Don't forget, this is a signaling molecule, a molecule who sends signal. What happened is in the cell where it goes, the signal is amplifying to the surrounding cells. And the signal goes to the surrounding cells. And not only that, the signal will go deep. It will go deep in the dermis. I'm talking about the signal. I'm not talking about the molecules. You have to make a difference. The signal is going deep. You see the blue things here. The blue is going down, 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 and then it's going to do the business in the dermis. And then collagen, elastin will be stimulated and work better. That's how growth factors are working. And we have a combination of more than 200 different growth factors. You have to understand that growth factors, every one, or soluble factor, every one have a very specific mission. One is going to stimulate collagen. One is going to stimulate elastin. One is going to stimulate fibroblasts. And one is going to stimulate other things. So more you have, more they can work on synergy and more positive effect you will have on the skin. So the benefits are very large because we have 200 different growth factors or soluble factors. It will reduce the appearance of fine line and wrinkles because we will have new collagen synthesis. It will improve the appearance of age spot. It will reduce skin roughness, skin redness. It will improve skin textures and elasticity. Now, I am telling you that, but you can tell me, prove me that. Prove me that it's worked. Yes, we did clinical tests on the serum, on all the line, by the way. For all the line, we did a clinical study with independent lab. And what we find out is, 100% of people will recommend the product to family and friends. And again, this is subjective questionnaire, but we will come to more technical results. You see that 87% felt that their skin were looking younger. 87% felt an improvement on the skin smoothness and luminosity. And 74% felt improvement in skin firmness. This is very important, but you're going to tell me, or doctors tell me, well, that's not approved. That's just subjective. Okay, so we go to scan. We go to a scanning system, which is more factual. And we analyze the skin of many, many people. And what do we find? Wrinkle. We were looking for lines, fine lines, emerging lines, and deep lines. And what do we find? Wrinkle reduction in fine line up to 30%, 29% reduction. This is one of the examples. In this one, it's 52%, but we did it on several hundred people. What we have, deep line reduction to 60% of the deep line. This is an example. In this one, we have 65% of reduction. Then, emerging line, which means that the line which almost you don't see but can send you to panic sometimes. 25% reduction on that. So, in the total, 87.5% has significant improvement on wrinkles, which is an excellent result. And again, we didn't do that. It was a third party who did the clinical study. On spots, again, we see the area affected and the spot count. You know, 35% reduction on the area, on the surface where you can find the hot spots, you know, this little dark thing you have. 26 reduction of pigment spot count. We count the hot spot, the dark spot, and we find 26% reduction. Just give you a tip. When you finish to put the serum on your face, do like that. You see? And you finish in your hands. And count your dark spots. And you will see they will be reduced. So this is, for instance, one example which have 44% reduction in hot spots. 62.5% overall significant reduction in hot spots. Okay? And this is for the serum. Now, of course, we have other products than the serum. The first one is a cleanser. As I told you, we need to clean our skin every day in the morning, and every evening before applying the serum. The good things about this cleanser, it's also gently exfoliates. So we have the daily complex. The daily complex have three reasons: to protect, to nourish, and to hydrate, means to add moisture. Remember, I told you, if we lose our moisturizing in the skin, we will have fine line coming. Now, I'm going to tell you about the product that you will receive, the new Luminesce Advanced Night Repair. It will be available to you probably in February or March. It will be the one which will replace the actual one. Just want to give you an idea. Growth factors, antioxidant, anti-glycation, hydration. All that means what? Antioxidant ingredient, you know that the DNA is damaged every day and the skin DNA is damaged. We have plenty of excellent ingredients against oxidation. I don't have time to go to every one of them. Glycation. What means glycation? You know, I told you many times when we talk about DNA damage that one of the major damage of DNA is glycation. And glycation is when you eat too much sugar. When you eat too much sugar, what the sugar do, it will take your protein and glue them, trap them with the sugar, and you cannot get out of this glue. You know, then when the collagen is like that, cannot work anymore. And when it cannot work, it collapses. And when it collapses, wrinkle come. So the most important is to find ingredient which can get you out of the trap. And that's what we did with this new Advanced Night Repair. And then we have hydrating ingredient. You will see that many of them are unique to Luminesce. Then we have a body renewal, which is a cream for the body. The most important with this cream is that it locks the moisture, and also it's not greasy. You can put it and put something on top. It will not affect the tissue that you are using, the fabric. This is very important for men and women. You know, I don't like using cream when I have to put a pant, and I will stick in the pant with the cream. Ultimate lifting mask. Well, ladies, if you have a date tonight, I urge you to put the mask before. Because not only it will make you a radiant face, but it will lift your face for a moment. So this is a mask who have two benefits: exfoliating, which means taking out the dead cells, and lifting your skin. We don't have time to go to all the ingredients, but again, it's a very, very unique product. The last one is, you are lucky here in China to have this product, because we in Europe, we don't have it. We don't have it in USA. You are the only one to have that. It's about dark circle, it's about eye bags, it's about fine wrinkle around the eyes. And you know what? We all have different dark circles, we have different eye bags, every one of us, and during the day, we can have different one. In the morning is different from the one in the evening. I'll give you some example. Look at this one, you know him, Vince. He has special dark circle, this one, different one, and this one. It looks like she spent all the night outside having fun. And that. Just to give you example that dark circles are dynamic. means depending of the blood flow, depending of the day or the night, and you have to find a way to maintain your eyes in good health regardless of the hours of the day. This is why Dr. Newman has designed a fantastic product where he have what we call immediate tightening, which when you put it, it will immediately tighten around the eyes and reduce your dark circle and your eye bags because of the ingredient which are inside called polysaccharide. And then you have also a long-term benefit, which is long-term rejuvenation, where we have a lot of different ingredients which tell us that we can work on that. I know it's time up, but I'm finished. So in conclusion, what to tell? You know, why are we exclusive? Why are we one of the best line in the world? Why do I recommend you to use it? Why do I use it for the last 5 years, day and night, every day? Well, the most important is because there is a synergy, a coherence between all the products. You know, all the products work together. They are in coherence. It makes sense to use one or the other or all together every day. My name is William Amzalag and I'm Generation Young. Thank you very much.